Hello folks, my name is Rich Keener. I'm the village manager for the Village of Villa Park, and today's another day where I talk about the upcoming board meeting's formal agenda. So today's discussion will be about the formal board agenda for Monday, August 23rd. So let's start. So number one on the agenda is the call to order. It's the roll call. Number two is the Pledge of Allegiance. Number three is public comments on agenda items. And folks, that's the appropriate time for anyone in the audience to come to the podium, be recognized, and comment on items that are on the formal agenda that evening. Number four is amendments to the agenda. Folks, that's the appropriate time for the president or board of trustees to modify or revise the formal agenda for Monday night. Number five is a presentation. So we have 5A, which is the July 2021 Green or Gardenscape Award presented by the Community Pride Commission. So moving on, we have number six, which is our consent agenda. We have 6A, which is minutes from the board meeting held on August 9th, 2021, and the special meeting held on August 11th, 2021. We have 6B, which is the bill listings for the weeks of August 9th, 2021 and August 16th, 2021 in the amount of $392,420.80. So moving on our agenda for Monday night, August 23rd, we're at our section number 7, which is our first reading on ordinances to be codified. We have 7A. It's an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, amending the village code regarding the renaming of the Community Pride Commission. So folks, the background of this particular item includes the Community Pride Commission's intent and purpose is to advise the village president and board of trustees on matters relating to the overall image of the village, including physical beautification, public relations, and coordination and promotion of volunteers and volunteerism within the village. The Community Pride Commission is requesting to rename their commission to the Community Fun Commission, and FUN stands for Focus on Unifying Neighbors. So folks, it appears that our Community Pride Commission would like to rename their commission to the Fun Commission, which stands for Focus on Unifying Neighbors. So if you have some time, please tune in Monday night and kind of watch the proceedings, or you can come in person as well. So moving on to number 8 for Monday night, which is our ordinance section, we have 8A. An ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving a development agreement between the Village of Villa Park and Hawthorne Development Corporation. So folks, the background on this particular item is that this development agreement provides certain responsibilities, including, among others, that Hawthorne Development agrees to construct a 7-story mixed-use market-rate residential project consisting of 348 residential units, 8,653 square feet of commercial space, and 440 parking spaces adjacent to the Metro train station for an investment of $119 million. The developer must demonstrate proof of financing for the entire development and acquire all properties within the development site on or before September 30th, 2021. All required building permits must be acquired by December 31st, 2021, with construction commencing no later than March 31st, 2022. Staff recommends approval of this ordinance. This item satisfies the village strategic long-term complex strategic plan goal, foster the completion of a successful redevelopment in the entire TOD area. So folks, we've talked about this particular development before, and this is also known as the Garden Station development. And we've talked about Garden Station many times before, which is intended to be located near the Metra train station. And so this will be discussed Monday evening, and again, this is a 7-story mixed-use, market-rate residential project consisting of 348 residential units, 8,653 square feet of commercial space, 440 parking spaces, and an investment of $119 million. So folks, moving on to 8B for Monday night, August 23rd, we have an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, providing for the issuance of not to exceed $6,500,000 original principal amount of limited obligation tax increment revenue bonds, Series 2021 Garden Station Redevelopment Project, and providing for the execution of a trust indenture and a bond order in connection therewith. So folks, the background on this particular item is, as a part of the financing for the Garden Station project, the village shall approve the issuance of TIF bonds in an amount not to exceed $6,500,000 payable solely from 70% of the incremental property taxes generated by the development. The village has no obligation for the repayment of the bonds, which are marketed and sold to buyers with the understanding that the sole source of the repayment of debt service is to be from that portion of the incremental real estate taxes, which is 70% pledged for the repayment. All costs of issuance are paid with bond proceeds. This item satisfies the village's strategic long-term complex goal, foster the completion of a successful redevelopment in the entire TOD area. So folks, as part of the redevelopment that's going to occur near the Metra train station, part of the responsibility, if you will, of the village is to issue $6,500,000 worth of TIF bonds for the developer to assist with the redevelopment in that area. The village is not responsible for repayment of the TIF bonds. These TIF bonds do not count towards the village's debt level, and so the TIF bonds will be paid from 70% of the incremental property taxes as generated from the development project itself. And the bondholders know that. So moving on to number 9 is our section for resolutions. So we have 9A. We have a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving final change order number 1 to the contract with Brothers Asphalt Paving, Inc. of Addison, Illinois, for construction of the Plymouth Street Improvement Project, Ardmore to Villa, for a deduction in the amount of $142,065.10. So folks, the background on this particular item is that the village has a contract with Brothers Asphalt Paving, Inc. of Addison, Illinois, in the amount of $762,561.18 for construction of the Plymouth Street Improvement Project, which was Ardmore to Villa. Proposed final change order number 1 consists of the final balancing of contract quantities as measured in the field. The net amount of proposed final change order number 1 is a deduction in the amount of $142,065.10 for an adjusted final contract amount of $620,496.08. Staff recommends approval of this resolution. This item satisfies the village's short-term complex strategic plan goal: continue using aggressive infrastructure replacement development plan that cover sewers, water mains, streets, etc. So folks, just as I've read, this is final change order number 1 for the Plymouth Street Improvement Project, which was Ardmore to Villa. And so the project's done, and this is the final change order for this particular project, is because it's for the quantities that are measured in the field. So there's quantities that have been added, quantities that have been subtracted, and this is the final change order for the Plymouth Street Improvement Project, and it has a deduction in the amount of $142,065.10. So folks, moving on to 9B, which is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing 3D Design Studio of Grays Lake, Illinois, to submit an application on behalf of the Village of Villa Park for an open space land acquisition and development grant, also known as OSLOD, for renovation of Lufkin Park. So folks, the background of this particular item is the Parks and Recreation Department would like to provide additional recreation amenities to village residents at Lufkin Park. This park is currently open space and has no such amenities. The OSLOD grant is a 50-50 reimbursement grant to a maximum reimbursement amount of $400,000. Public input meetings have been conducted, and the Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission has approved the grant submission containing the proposed park amenities. If awarded, the grant containing the improvements could be built over a 2-year period. And so funding would be available from the village's NESDRA accounts and various engineering and contractual accounts in our calendar year budget 2022 and calendar year budget 2023. So folks, as this grant is being submitted by September 1st, the IDNR, the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, will receive that and review it, and the construction would be implemented, if you will, in calendar year 2022 and calendar year 2023. And then the village could, if it's awarded the grant, put monies in the budget for those calendar years and move forward. So right now, if it would be approved, monies would be placed into the NESDRA accounts and certain engineering and contractual accounts so that the grant could be implemented in those 2 calendar years. So again, if you have some time, please come in person and kind of watch, or you can participate in the meeting's festivities, or you can watch it on our 2 cable channels or our YouTube channel as well. So moving on for Monday night, August 23rd, we have number 10 on our agenda, which is public comments on non-agenda items. Folks, that's the appropriate time to come to the podium and be recognized and comment on items that are not on the agenda for that night. Then we have number 11, which is the village clerk's report. We have number 12, which is our village trustees report. We have number 13 is our village president's report. Then we have 14, which is the village manager's report, my report. And then, folks, we have number 15, which is adjournment. So again, if you have some time, please come in person. If you do come in person, we're following social distancing guidelines and asking everyone to wear a mask. And then if you would like to watch it on our 2 cable TV channels, you can do that, or our YouTube platform, you can do that as well. So folks, again, my name is Rich Keener. It's my honor to be the village manager for the Village of Villa Park. Hope to see you soon, and be safe.